Hello, everybody. I am thrilled to announce that this session is MaestroHub, coming all the way from Istanbul. They work with global manufacturers across Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa, supporting over 30 production sites. Presenting today is Yasir, their CEO. Yasir is a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt and digital transformation expert with a deep experience across the full industrial automation stack, including leading Industry 4 programs and delivering multi-million-dollar performance improvements at Ford Otosan. Oh, and before all that, he served in the Turkish Armed Forces as second lieutenant, where he was recognized for leading a troop as acting commander for 23 days and awarded highest performance during military drills. Joining him is Barış, who's co-founder and CTO. Barış is the architect behind the platform. And a fun fact, earlier in his career, he built an RF gateway on a Linux board to physically control street lighting systems using MQTT. I think that might be the most creative use of MQTT I've heard yet. And last, we have Aris, their Chief Delivery Officer, who comes from a powertrain engineering at Ford Otosan, specifically solving noise, vibration, and harshness problems on heavy-duty truck programs. So we went from making trucks quieter to your data cleaner. Now, if you've ever gotten a UNS working at one plant, and then tried to scale it across multiple sites, you know the headache the data governance can be. Well, they're gonna help you fix it. So let's roll the video.
Manufacturers today generate enormous volumes of data across machines, lines, and plants. Yet in most factories, that data arrives late, means different things to different teams, or never makes it into decisions at all. That's why so many plants struggle around 60% OEE. Not because teams are weak, but because performance is managed after the fact through fragmented systems, conflicting KPIs, and pilots that never scale. MaestroHub exists to change that. We help multi-site manufacturers turn fragmented operational data into measurable performance gains, fast, repeatable, and at scale. We start with a contained pilot, prove value in under 60 days, and then expand confidently across lines and sites, creating a compounding improvement engine instead of one-off dashboards. When operational data becomes real-time, shared, and traceable, three things happen. Deviations are detected within minutes, not days. Root causes are addressed across functions, not debated. And improvements become standards, not heroics. That's how manufacturers unlock the next 20%. MaestroHub is headquartered in Europe, with a Düsseldorf office and a 25-person team, and is deployed across automotive, appliances, chemicals, metals, and food and beverage manufacturing. We work closely with system integrators and hyperscalers like AWS, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Google Cloud, ensuring what we deploy can scale, technically and operationally. If your factory data is holding back performance, we help you unlock it and turn it into outcomes you can measure.
Please, welcome to the stage, MaestroHub.
Hi guys. So, like Volker's presentation yesterday, we decided to do something crazy. Today we are going to both prove it's the enterprise P problem, how do we solve it? On the other hand, Barış will prove it to ourselves that we are head-to-head with competitors and can develop so much on top of our platform. So we will start with Barış because he will need time. In 30 minutes, he will be developing a new connector where you will be able to surprised by just how we have that capability in our platform and how we reflect for the manufacturers.
I'm not sure we are going to succeed, by the way. It will be completely live, right? And AI sometimes hallucinate. So we are going to try, but I hope we are going to have a new feature after this session. So we will have a MySQL connector. We will try that, and I hope you see my screen. Let's check. And we don't have so much time, so let me tell you what we did. Actually, we rewrote MaestroHub from scratch with all the agents. No one wrote single line of code for the version 2 of MaestroHub. We started this 7 months ago. All the agents, we had one rule. If you need to write a line of code, the question you need to answer is, why? There are already agents, so you should use them. If you have an answer to that why question, I'm going to ask another why question. So we are not allowed to write any line of code, and we started this 7 months ago. I started this 2 years ago, but my team actually started 7 months ago. So what we did, we had a connector agency here. So I'm going to use our connector agency, and I will request to write me a new connector suitable to MaestroHub. So what we are going to have, we are going to able to connect, I hope, we are going to able to connect MySQL, we are going to add functions to it, and we will browse fetch the data in the pipeline. So there will be also added a active node that we will be able to use in the pipeline system. Why we are telling this? Because all the backbone of MaestroHub now written with AI, and architecture is so clean, and every responsibility is so obvious, so context is ready for AI to use. So if the application, if the software is clean enough, then the benefit of AI will be huge. So we are going to try to demonstrate that. Okay, so wish me luck.
Yeah, it's gutsy. We don't know. We are here today, basically. Yeah.
So we are going to leave it now, and I will throw the ball to Aras.
Basically, the problem that we are going to attack is the context that the AI agents you have been hearing all of the week. Agents, you're probably sick of it, but in order to have the leverage that you are looking for, you need to have a context engine behind it. You need to have a clean data where you can access the business context so you can link the events to the business outcomes. So, most of you probably don't know us because we are not really active in the US market. That will change in 2026. We are founded at the beginning of 2023. MaestroHub is a 3-year-old company. And we, as Boris said, started developing version 2 completely with a different mindset where we can leverage AI. All of us have been working with different companies, and after combining all of the experience, we are currently now in production with more than 30 companies in different verticals. We are really good at food and beverage, chemical, discrete manufacturing. We have customers in textile, building material, metal, pulp and paper, but mostly we focus on those three, the chemical, food and bev, and discrete metal. We are a member of various ecosystems. I am a member of the mastermind as well. For compliance and governance Gaia X in EU, who are visiting from EU. Hello, dear friends. So we have been backed by VCs, angel investors, industrialists with more than 1.4 million in seed investment. We have partnerships across MENA, EU, and now we are building our partnership ecosystem in the US as well. So why we chose Enterprise P? Because we know it. No. We have frameworks for each of those verticals. I used to be a consultant. I conducted several digital transformation maturity assessments. And we know the pain points, how we link those events to business outcomes. We can save hundreds of thousands of dollars within a few weeks to a company where we just can access the data. Our approach is actually land with a really simple use case where we have business impact, data availability, and easy to implement use cases. Believe me, there are a lot of easy to implement use cases. We will show them. What we have done is completed within a week. So you will be able to surprise how much you can actually save by just getting the right data in front of decision makers. We iteratively connect, collect, store, analyze, visualize, like the digital transformation. So we will show you different iterations, but at the end of the day, MaestroHub at center takes the people. So they are the decision makers who will change the business. And every engagement that we have been publishing this as a series as well for the ProveIt conference. We see 6 different personas: the innovation orchestrator who would like to scale their pilots, the integration governor, usually CTNOs, but they are actually not CTNOs. They are afraid of something. We are here to help them hold this integration without any hurdle. And operations realizers, the ones actually solve the problem. In our case, it's us. The value controller, the CFOs, what will this cost, what will it pay back? And governance custodians, especially for regulated industries like food and beverage, you have to have GXP compliance, like monitoring different parameters, and the strategic architect who will own this initiative for the company and will be betting on a vendor, a solutions provider, to be able to help them for the future of the company. So, first iteration, basically data quality problems that we see. Almost every engagement, by the way, has those problems. Even the best one, they claim, we have the best data. No, you don't. Even the virtual factory did have some problems. So we will show them what it looked like, why it happened, and why some of the delays had problems for calculations as well. Our first goal for the iteration is visibility on the biggest operational loss. The first implementation, first iteration is always get a truth on what is happening so we can see where the company is losing money. After that, we will be iterating with adding different data sources, getting more context. We'll be including different data sources for the iteration too. But the second iteration, we know it's like top 3 cost categories for a food and beverage is utilities, and they were not even publishing those. So we will be including those details. Those are also available in the UNS. Missing context like downtime reasons, we see machine fault, downtime, but what is the reason for the machine fault? Is it a motor problem? Is it a bearing problem? Those kind of details were missing, so we would like to pinpoint on where the next action should be. Prove the business impact, how much it costs for them, what is the loss for the company for those. There were a lot of unnecessary CIPs during the production. We will be focusing mostly on the utilities correlated with the coalescence of the production parameters. We'll be publishing data based on events from a simulator, and our goal is the visibility on the financial impact of these utilities. So I will give it the word to Aras, but for an overview of what are some of our capabilities, we have different connectors. Currently, we don't have MySQL, as you will be seeing, but it will be included, hopefully. We have 2 atomic parts of our platform. One of them is events, the other is functions. Everything, a function is a transformation, a function is a transfer of that information, a function is a trigger. So we have those different function capabilities, and those work mostly bidirectionally, not just consuming, but also like publishing, writing, reading as well. For standardizing the data models, and that was one of the requirements as well. Actually, yesterday, the team were able to include 70 different assessment profiles, like SM profiles, to a predefined model repo as well. So you can automatically import those, use them in your pipelines as well, link with the data sources that you have. And you can have different predefined data, especially for food and beverage, for example, process cost, energy sustainability, or supply chain inventory management. Opto is publishing through Abelera. We will be showcasing those use cases as well. The magic actually happens in the pipeline. It's an orchestration tool. Like every data ops platform, UNS, okay. Where are we? Okay, everything is published to UNS. And in the UNS, we just not provide the telemetry data, but also the structure of the payload, we can automatically detect any payload, like, for example, Aberrala is publishing cap loader data. We can automatically detect the schema, apply it for the payload, and utilize it across the whole pipeline as well. You can set alarms like deadband, min, max values, all of those can be configured, but the magic happens in pipelines and dependency graph. The pipeline might be a little bit familiar, like N8N, Node-RED. The visualization is flow-based. Most of our clients, their pipelines look like 100 nodes, 200 nodes. So it needs to be really performant. It needs to be monitoring in real time. Any data that is going to be fetched from industrial points or transformed or triggered should be available as a node for their use. And one of the challenges that we have seen is when different teams are trying to solve a similar problem, they are actually losing a lot of capability for the organization. You would like to share that information that they are actually connected. That is where we have the iterations, versioning, like details of each of the execution, as well as the dependency graph. Dependency is automatically generated from different data sources where you can see the UNS topics, which functions are consuming those, who are the consumers, what are the pipelines look like, where are those dashboards are originated from which topics. You can see all of those, and this will be the ultimate message that we are going to give. If you have that kind of context for AI, like it can run for half an hour currently without any break of the session. Once you have that data, there are almost no limitations on agents can do. So we have one of the agents running in one of our customers, and they were really surprised that they can actually leverage this kind of data, but I don't want to steal the stage from Aras, so he will go into details what we have completed for the enterprise P.
Yes, sorry to interrupt, Yasir, but we need to emphasize this. Now, AI can work half an hour non-stop. Non-stop working AI means a lot. So to be able to have that AI to work non-stop, you need to give them open APIs. You need to give them context. You need to look for something and then something and then something. You need to give it to the dependency. So it does not spend so much token, let's say, but if you have the relationship, then the impact will be huge. That's why we are now building a new connector, because our context in our code base is good enough. So if the context is good enough, and we are just leaving the AI, and it's keep working and working and working, sometimes it asks me just a simple question, yes or no, and I am just giving yes, and it continues. So we need context for industry. So if it is succeed, I hope it will succeed, then you are going to see how much power AI can bring to industry as well. So sorry, it's really exciting me, so that's why I just want to interrupt, okay?
No problem at all. Thank you, Barish. So I would like to touch another point right at this page, because the life of a data engineer is not easy. You know, every company says that I have data in this system, I have data. Yeah, I'm sure the data is okay, good, and reflecting everything that's going on in the production. But the real world is not like this. So the data engineer needs to first just map the data sources, understand what are available inside, and then make sure that the data is clean and trusted. So for the multi-site operations, not a single person is doing every job. So a team with...
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Does everybody understand the importance? This is really critical. Is anybody lost on the importance of the ontology there? Anybody? Everybody gets it? Understands like how an agent can navigate through these relationships? So if you ask a question that originates on energy distribution just to the right of MaestroHub, the agent is reasoning through. Right now with MCP servers, an agent has a list of tools but doesn't know the relationship between one tool to another. What an ontology does is it gives agents the ability to navigate through your business. So if I ask a question at the MES layer of an agent, it can work through the entities at the L3 layer And then if it needs to explore more deeply, it can move down to L2 into the SCADA system as long as that's connected. And it can move throughout the relationships in the SCADA system. And then it can move down to the PLC and it'll see an object that is the PLC the SCADA system is connected to. And it can move to the PLC. And when it gets to that entity, then it now can see all the data points inside of the Siemens PLC. It can literally just continue to run, working through the business and work its way back up to L3 and spit back out its instruction back to you. This is what's on the screen here is incredibly important. What Thread is going to be showing in the presentation next is incredibly important. This is the most important part of the presentation because it's the meat and potatoes of what they're going to show later. This is very, very critical for your business, this ontology here.
Exactly. And basically what we did with ProveIt session is firstly connecting to the system. So let me just demonstrate how we can connect. So I'm just going to create an OPC connection, which is not already here. Okay, I will just write the...
So we are trying to demonstrate when we create the connection, how it will pop up in the dependency graph, right? And you keep adding the functions, and the relationship will be automatically created again. So when you use those connections, use those functions, the dependency graph will connect those dots. So you don't need to create the dependency graph manually. It's impossible, of course. So we are doing all these kind of things behind the scene automatically. So that's probably what you are going to see.
Let me just add a couple of functions.
This is our OPC UA browse function. So it's just a classic function that probably everybody doing same thing.
With just one click, I added all the functions here. And when I go back to dependency graph, now I see the new OPC connection here. So if I use any of the functions in any part of the implementation, it will be linked automatically. And this also helps us once there is any update on even PLC level. So the automation guy will change one tag and nobody knows what other systems will be affected. So this is also very critical for the guys that implement everything. So for the case, what we did is we just connected to broker, and with one single pipeline, we just get every topic that we needed. We just connected, collected, and started storing. Because MaestroHub has a short-term historian inside, so any tag published in unified namespace is stored and can be visualized. So the next step was just investigating the data, if it is clean and if it is trusted. You are seeing one example of that. This is the Site 2 and Filler 2 machine. As you can see on the upper side, the MQTT broker data showing that it is running between this time frame. But when we look at the actual rate from the machine itself, it says that there is no production here. So that's the point that we decided we need to create machine states from scratch and calculate all the performance, availability, and OEE, and on top of it, mean time to repair, mean time between failure, all of them after that. So what we did, we calculated the machine states again for every available machine. And as you see here, the data became actually trusted. So the next step is showing how we do it, because this is a multi-site company, and what we do as data engineers, we just test the whole flow, whole pipeline with one single machine or one little pilot, and then you need to just scale it. So in this example, you are just saying that we did this for every machine in the whole enterprise with a single pipeline.
We are
So
building
I'm
something
managing
and you
everything.
are trying to crush, man. There are lots of topics here.
Yeah, if I get a product, I just use it in every centimeter square, you know? So with one single pipeline, I need to be able to manage everything, even one site, even multi-sites. So after that, calculating everything, we just added different sources, which Yasir already talked, is like we created the energy consumption because there was no available data. Based on the machine states that we created, and there are actual rates and other information coming from machines, we just created a simulation data on energy and water consumption. What we saw is the filling machines having cleaning operation, even it is not in turnover. So changeover.
Yeah.
Sorry. So there are a lot of spending money in this enterprise. So this is why we chose to create new data and combining them with production and also work order information and also product information. Once you can do that with MaestroHub, you see that this machine consumes electricity, the 60% of it when it's running, and 2% of it when it's plant downtime. And this is really surprising because this is the part that we corrected in the data. So the company didn't know that they are paying 30% of the electricity without knowing any part. So this is actually the part of what we have proven here. So on the other hand, this line is producing cola and orange soda. So they are spending 60%, 65% of all the electricity consumption on cola and the rest for the soda part.
And that's not calculated in a spreadsheet by some accountant who's just doing some mean across the. That is the actual energy cost for when you're not down, when you're not producing anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Even in the best companies, this was like 2 years ago, I was in a panel with Schneider Electric strategy director. They have 5 World Economic Forum lighthouse in Europe. They even admitted they have 20% waste on utilities. They are an energy company. They know they have waste. And across your plant, when you are not correlating with the production processes, machine state, there are so many examples for food and bev where we had, like, in the same day, able to show them they are losing 30K per line by just automating some codes on the motor that controls the conveyors. Even though there were no production, the motors were still running. So those kind of configurations might seem a lot for a business perspective, but it's not. It can be done in the same day. And it can have a huge impact on the EBITDA as well. This is what we help with, just not the platform, but also with the expertise and integration partners that we have. We try to create an environment where you learn as we learn, and we provide more value throughout the engagement that we have. Parish, you are ready?
No, I am not ready. As you see, this is the last step. We are waiting for it, and we are going to see together, okay? I don't know if it will work or not. So we are going to create a small pull request, and we are going to accept it. It will be deployed automatically to ProveIt environment, and we are going to see if the MySQL works fine or not. Yeah.
All right, there we go. So while this is still running, I have a question about what you guys generated on the energy data.
Yeah.
Did you guys set up a connector to publish back that result into the unified namespace? And if you didn't, you obviously can, right? So that that energy calculation can be published back in to the UNS. Are you guys actually doing
Already alive, as well as the simulator data. This year, for example, there were some outages where the site 1B, site 1, 2, 3 were not publishing as frequent as it should be, like 10 seconds. It took like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. We set up a topic, and I believe it was Jensen last night. He was asking Matt if there were any problem with the simulator. We already have that tech available, by the way. When you go into MaestroHub, general health of the simulator, it shows all of the available data for the simulator if it's not published in the standardized frequency. So even the energy, health data, everything is available. We also consumed from different vendors as well, different sponsors, like from, Aras, can you also show what we have done with Abelera?
Yeah, maybe I can.
In the Data Explorer as well.
And all you would need is electric rate, and you'd just be publishing back in actual cost.
Yeah.
Right? That's all you need is electric rate.
There are so many use cases. The additive context, the beauty of it, when you have costs, energy cost per product, you might say, okay, that is good, I saved some money. But when you see the big picture, like from a planning perspective, you might have threshold exceeds, like peak of loads, those kind of exceeds. And once they understand how much energy is required for each product, they can level out the overall planning according to energy requirements, so they can reduce the overall excessive usage. On top of that, the purchasing team might have, if there is a free market or the electricity distribution team can negotiate a better contract, you can negotiate with saying, I'm going to consume this much energy, this megawatt hours, what will be the unit price that you can give me best? So by just analyzing, visualizing all of those, you create really huge benefits of the business, and that's why we love the architecture of UNS. It enables all of that context to be able to share freely across the organization, across different departments. We are going to crash it for a few minutes after we have...
We're just trying to create pull requests, so
Okay.
then we will accept it, and it will be merged with the ProveIt environment, and we are going to see if the MySQL connection will work or not. So
I don't like this, but fingers crossed. So, yeah.
All right, if this module, when you do the merge, this works, this was a fucking master class of a ProveIt session. Seriously.
okay, so it creates a new pull request. By the way, all the tests are written, unit test, integration test. Of course, normally it takes 2 to 3 hours to write a connector. This is just a challenge. Normally, we didn't try this before, because I already shared this with my team, and they just shocked. So, okay, now it merged. Let's try to deploy it to ProveIt environment. It will take, I think, 2 minutes, Yasir, so we can take the questions, maybe.
Sure. Any questions? We don't have hope, but Amy has one. Okay.
Can you hear me? Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, as your MC, I gotta know, if I want this, how much does it cost?
We have 3 different licenses. The one that we are showcasing is a binary and as well as a Docker Compose approach. It's a light architecture. This can handle up to 30 million messages. It costs $16K per year. The one that has more limitation starts with 9K. So usually we start with those licenses for at least 6 months. They do not have up to 5 million messages most of the time. After that point, they scale with enterprise, and enterprise start from 30K per year. And implementation took us 1 week with 3 people. I had to learn from scratch, by the way. It is a new UI for me. I'm not a technical guy. My background is in industrial engineering, but even I was able to, I believe I am the most contributor on the model as well as the pipeline on this environment. So yeah, it's really not that hard to learn.
I have another question.
Sure.
So I do see that you're using Git, but can maybe you explain a little more how much of your platform like works with Git? Because I'm thinking in life sciences, we have this traceability requirement. And like 5 years ago, it meant that we had to basically write manually on pieces of paper. Oh, I set this configuration in my gateway, basically. So I'm wondering how much of Git can we leverage with your platform?
Twofold. We can deploy to even air-gapped environments. So in terms of deployment, I can have examples on that. But from data file fetch, we can consume it from different files. Currently, we are experimenting with different extensions like JPEG, those kind of transferable, is it transferable or not? But Barış might give more detail on what are the current available local files that we
Actually,
support.
there is one feature of the pull request, which is FTP and SFTP. I didn't accept it because I didn't review it. Normally, I should also review it. We are not automatically accepting all the pull requests, of course, automatically. Even if we have some guardrails with the AI written code, AI checking code, and humans asking some questions, asking some questions to understand if everything is okay or not. So we have already have many rules that the AI obeys some rules like clean architecture, everything is modular, those kind of things. Yeah, I think it should be complete still. Normally it was taking
Testing?
2 minutes, but
I can ask one more question, maybe, if it's still
Sure.
going.
of course, of course.
All right. So we got something from the audience. Thank you. This is the first session I saw that actually unearthed something from the data. You truly embrace ProveIt. That's not a question, but congrats.
Thank you.
Please the audience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then maybe one other quick question. Did you guys happen to do anything with the Sesame profiles in your solution?
Aras, are we on Barış screen? Can we move into this? We already implemented as predefined models, but also for compliance and publishing, we have a Sesame profile. All of the text that you can see is searchable, and the payload, when we go into execution history, there is an open repo from where we show the published data that you have seen for the energy work order. It's already available with the SM profile as well that we created, so it's completely compliant with I3X standards as well.
I am ready,
Okay,
but I don't know.
Let's
see. Let's see.
So,
Yeah.
as you see now, we have MySQL connector.
Let's see. Is it ready? Why is it buggy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just asked one of my colleagues to create a MySQL server so that I can try to connect. Let's prove it. Okay. Okay. So it's really,
Nervous.
I'm not feeling really safe here. Okay, now we are connected. But it's the first step. It's the first step. Connection is too easy. Connection is too easy. Oh my God, we are also have a query page, and I am able to see all the tables in it. So let's try to query, and also querying works. Let's try to export, and it seems exports
Also
works as
working?
well. Let's try to create a function and then use it in the pipeline. So, list sensors. By the way, the UI also written by AI, just it follows the rules that we set. Okay, let's say select star from, and I don't remember, I think it will work, limit sometimes. Let's test it first. Oh my God, it works.
Okay.
Okay, let's use it in the pipeline. I'm gonna create a simple pipeline. Let's prove it again. Let's do with basics, okay? Manual trigger, MySQL query. Let's connect and choose the connection from inventory. Of course, it will be We can pass parameters as well, of course, but let's keep it simple for now. I'm gonna run the node to see if it will work, and it works.
Publish
I'm
to
getting the
ELS.
data. So now we have MySQL connectors. If you need any connector, you can tell us in the boot and I can implement it, okay? Actually, I'm gonna...
Don't make that promise.
Okay, sorry.
Don't make that promise. We might have got lucky this time.
I think, but let me share this. Normally we have 19 connectors while we are coming here. So I decided to write this agency for especially to connectors. And I added, maybe you are thinking that MySQL is easy, right? One of the easiest connectors. But I implemented this. MongoDB, somehow easy. RabbitMQ, Redis, and some of the tough one, Kafka. Where is Kafka? Okay. 5 connectors in the same day. 3 of them works perfectly. I didn't touch anything. I think the Redis has a small issue and MongoDB has a UI issue. And after that, I just push them and then tell the team, please check these connectors if everything works. And they didn't believe me, what you did. So this is MaestroHub. So after today, if you follow MaestroHub, you are gonna see how fast we are. You are gonna see really how fast we are. So today we are starting. Thank you for listening. Yeah.
We have a question. Do you need to pay for developing an OT connector? No. Everything is managed with a single repo from every customer. So if you need anything, usually the roadmap, maybe we should talk a little bit on the roadmap as well. We prioritize according to customer needs. So if it's a huge client, we usually prioritize those, or if it's a common requested feature that we prioritize those. But you don't have to pay for that development. We publish for all of the clients. So you don't have to take that burden as one single instance. Other than that...
That's it.
Okay.
How many hours to develop roughly?
This one or the ProveIt session or the whole system? Because Barış was working like 47 months.
Yeah, 7 days, 24 hours.
Yeah.
I worked at least 7 months because this is really difficult to tell, how to explain. Even if I am able to do this kind of implementation, my team couldn't. So the engagement with AI, using it really good, is not so easy. So as Volker already mentioned that. So but I believe that even if the AI has some limits, those limits are so high. That's why we want to prove that. That's why we are here. So yeah, I think we are all done, right? With the questions.
I just want to say that this was a master class in a ProveIt session. So you did 2 iterations, right? You did 2 iterations, so you demonstrated 2 ProveIt iterations, and you're the only one who caught the energy discrepancy. No other vendor caught it. You're the only one. By the way, I put it in there. It was obvious, and nobody caught it. You guys caught it. Just like last year, Tulip caught the scheduling discrepancy in December. You're the only ones who caught the energy issue. That's crazy.
4 months ago, when we were discussing at Operations Call Get Tulip, you said, don't go head-to-head with, I don't want to mention their name, but you can see the power of the platform right now. So thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was... Oh, there we go. Yes, that was an incredible session. Thank you guys so much. Now we have, I think, the 15-minute break. So, did you want to say something, Walker? Okay. So, if you need to take a break or run to the bathroom, you're more than welcome to. But I like these guys so much. I would love if they could hang out with me for a little bit and we can actually talk and get to know them more. I have some questions. So, we're just going to do a little bit of crowd work for 15 minutes. And as a reminder, we do have medieval times tonight with the bus pickup from here, I believe. So, thank you guys.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so who wants to stay up here with me? All of you or just us here?
All of us.
All
Yeah.
of us. All of us.
Okay. So one thing I think that MaestroHub does do well, and we're too busy being dazzled by your ProveIt session, but you guys are really great at enterprise deployments, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's the most number of sites you've ever rolled out at?
Currently 4. We are discussing with one site scaling to 24, but the scaling takes some time. So it's like a 6 months roadmap for us. Not the deployment is a technological problem, but the readiness of the team is usually the bottleneck for us. So we are trying to align everyone. Currently up to 4, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay. So what is the furthest any of you have traveled for a commissioning job? I mean, you traveled all the way from a symbol here for ProveIt, so that's already impressive.
Aras probably took 6-7 hours flights, yeah. At about 3,000 to 4,000 kilometers. Like, yeah, so Europe is our home right now, so
So coming here to Dallas is the furthest you've traveled for work?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, we feel honored that you came all the way.
It took 16 hours for us. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. So what time of day is the best that you get your work done? Are you like a nice 7 a.m. kind of guy, or are you guys like, nah, 2 a.m., that's when you hit the zone?
Barish and I probably are like machines, so we don't have time. We can go all along. But I am usually a morning guy. So.
Okay. How about you guys? You're all morning guys? The whole team?
Actually, I don't sleep. So
Oh, he doesn't sleep. That's
I
your
don't
secret.
sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my secret.
And for me, I start the second shift after 6 p.m.
Oh, wow.
With Yasir and Barish. So the whole day is talking with customers, doing implementations, trying to understand the issues and fix them. This is the daily life.
Very cool. What is the most number of, I guess, industrial data protocols you've had to deal with? If you had to take a guess, rough estimate.
In our first version, we have more than 40 connectors. So in one of the client engagements, we have almost utilized all of them. So they file fetch, MySQL, Kafka, Redis. They were publishing to AWS, managing multiple clouds on Azure, something big query on Google side. So they almost utilized every connector. So almost 40, yeah.
Very cool. All right, and then I guess the last question would be, this one was for the audience, but they're talking a little bit. So how many, I guess, yeah, in your experience, when you go to a customer site, how many people there actually understand their data architecture? Is it just a few people, everybody?
That really differs from region to region, from industry to industry. We sometimes do not even find anyone in the organization that understands that. They know they need it at some point, but handful usually, mostly. Most of the time, like handful people who are the change agents that will be bringing the company to the next 10 years. So they are the ones that understand it.
Well, I think that wraps up our time. So once again, thank you guys so much. Your
Thank you.
session was incredible. I'm
Thank you.
glad I got to be the MC for it.
Thank you so much.